What do you want to talk about this week, Amir?
The fact that moms are complicated and that Sigmund Freud really liked cocaine.
Live to tape from Vancouver, it's Eric's Living Room, a show best listened to in the nude, featuring Amir Ali. And now, the man who still hasn't paid me for voicing these intros, here is your host, Eric Chapman.
Welcome to the living room. Did you just learn that? The cocaine. I am Eric. This is Amir. This is the living room. You're in it. Did you just learn that?
I didn't just learn that. I learned that like 45 minutes ago.
I didn't know that.
Just learn it would be like last 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, no, okay. So within the hour, prepping for the show, you learned that. And so did I, and I can't even believe it. I had no idea, because I knew he was messed up. Like, I get it. Some things are related to your parents. Not everything is your dad's penis. Let's be realistic here.
No, thankfully.
Thankfully. Oh, goodness. Okay. We've been starting off shows with either Amir's mental health or my dating. And this week it's going to be real short. I don't know, but I think I've been ghosted. And I don't know for sure, so let me play it out for you. So 2.5 weeks ago, I reach out and I say, 2.5 weeks ago, we're supposed to go on a date. And canceled last second, busy, no big deal. They're like, yeah, sorry, this is kind of, I'm really busy all the time, and this is why I suck to hang out with, or something like that. And I was like, look, I got a lot of patience. It's all good. I'd rather fit into someone's life and be there when I can fit. If not, that's okay. And I'll just keep asking until you tell me to stop. And I didn't get a response for a week. So, that didn't really require a response, I don't think.
Yeah, no, not really.
But it would have been nice to get one. I was disappointed I didn't get one. But again, it's okay that they didn't. It's totally fine. So a week goes by, and then I'm like, okay, no response, that's fine. Hey, maybe I could bring you lunch to work next week. If you're busy, I can catch you at work. Just bring you lunch, we can sit down and have a meal of food. That was a week and a half ago. Nothing. So I don't know. I don't want to ask again.
Yeah.
I asked her,
I wouldn't.
Do I even say hello?
No, yeah. There's no problem with saying hello. But maybe not push the issue anymore.
I don't think I'm going to pursue anymore.
No.
Right? Yeah, okay.
The signals have been lost. There's no signals.
No, there's no signal. Absolutely. Yeah.
Turn off the radio.
Which is I'm disappointed, but again, it's okay. It's totally, there's no hard feelings. I'll hang out with them as a friend. If they invited me for a coffee or a drink, I'd be like, let's go. I don't care. It's all good.
You mentioned fitting into their life, and I think that's a concept that's really complicated and difficult, especially when there's someone you want to fit into their life and you can't.
And you don't want to cram yourself in either, right? Because then you look like a desperate jackass.
Yeah.
But yeah, fitting in. And it's difficult because people have lives, People are doing stuff. They're busy. Prime example. They're a successful person. So let them have this. That's great. It's awesome. Totally. Yeah, right?
But being like an anchor, holding them back. Mm-hmm. The Eric anchor.
Or trying to find time to hang out with me. That's okay. I know, I get you have to at the start, but yeah. Anyways. I got an email or a DM the other day in Instagram, which is where this show will mostly live, by the way, for all our social media. It's just Eric's Living Room. Simple. Every platform, I think we are on Eric's Living Room. And that's because that's where we are. And I got a message from a person that I know because I reposted a anti-vaxxer joke. And it was really funny. It was making fun of anti-vaxxer people. And they dropped into my DMs. And they were like, well, actually, if you live a healthy life, blah, 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 everything will be okay. And I was like, look, straight up, stay out of my DMs with that bullshit. I don't want to hear it. My Oma died from COVID, and your in fucking sensitivity to that is infuriating, I said. So please just keep that out. And if you're going to bring that stuff in here, don't be in my DMs.
How does somebody even think they have the right
to say it? Right? Exactly. But that's not even the thing that really got me. The thing that got me is at the end of they were serious in their message. They were like, living a healthy lifestyle. It's obvious they believe dearly in this anti-vax thing. But at the end of it, they put LOLs. LOLZ. Not just LOL, but LOL. And they put it in as this buffer to be like, hey, I'm stating my opinion. If you don't believe in it, too bad, blah, blah, blah. But it's underneath there. It's just like, what are you doing that for? I don't get it. It drives me crazy.
I don't even look at it as a buffer. For me, if someone does that to me, you suddenly look even more like an asshole by typing in that LOLs.
Yeah.
Like I'm not understanding what's happening here.
Are you making a joke?
This isn't a joke.
No, it's obviously we're both being serious. I was very serious in my response. There was no LOL at the end of that shit.
This was not even just LOL. This was LOLs.
LOLs.
There was a Z.
LOLs.
There was a Z.
Yeah, no joke.
That makes it worse.
That makes it worse.
That Z makes it worse.
We were talking about COVID and the disrespect and my Oma dying from it and all that, and all I can think about is LOLs.
Don't LOLs, man.
Why do we have to put this? Why does everything have to have it after it? It's okay to just say, this is how I feel. I'm freaking Teeny out. She's on my lap. She's shaking.
I think they feel self-conscious about the fact that they've sent you this message.
Yes.
And maybe it makes them feel better to write LOLs.
Yes.
Oh, he'll just think I'm just fooling around or not super serious about this, even though they're probably
But they are
fuming on their end.
Oh, you know when you get those anti-vaxxers going and the stuff they say, it's like, okay, yeah.
I've somehow not been able to get an anti-vaxxer going.
Really?
Ever? I don't know if I've tried to get an anti-vaxxer going, but I don't think maybe it's happened when we've been on the air together, potentially.
I'm really surprised at that too, because the business you're in too as a writer, and you're very public.
Yeah.
That you don't get that often. But I don't want to call them stupid because they're smart people. I'm not. Please, let's clarify that. I'm insulting their opinion on vaccinations. That's it. Anything else, they might be really smart. They might be a physicist. I don't care about that. But their opinion on vaccinations is just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, I know a lot of really smart people that eat meat still. You know?
Oh, you know what? Screw off. But it's on the same level for you, though. So you're right.
It's completely on the
so
same
there's so
level
much
for me.
truth behind that. Yeah. So yeah, don't put LOLs or laugh at the end of messages because it's confusing.
I was gonna ask you, like, do you use LOL?
No, I don't even use that
ever.
If I'm laughing, I put ha or ha ha ha.
Yeah,
like a ha ha.
I do ha ha
because I'm
too.
laughing. Sometimes I'll do
Honestly-
Spanish. I'll do aja ah ha ha ha. That's when something's really funny if I put aja ja.
You know when I would use LOL? It's when I'm trying to sound like your DMer.
Right.
I'm trying to, like, there's a couple people maybe that I'll use an LOL with in a funny way.
Give me an example. Because I want to find out where it's funny.
It would be like a close friend. And sometimes I do these messages that have lots of letters, even if it's just a 4-letter word. Like
Yeah.
I'll put like lots of A's.
Yes.
So like I say something stupid to a friend and I'll do LOL, like 20 L's. And they know I'm just screwing around. The LOL has no significance anymore. It's just stupid.
Just stupid. There's an example of a good use of LOL. Okay. I didn't think I would agree with it, but it's reasonable. It's stupid, but every time you use it, it's stupid. So there's no excuse for that.
I think I'm sometimes feeling, I don't know if you've ever felt this way, but that you're aging out of this sort of language. Like kids every day now, not kids, but like teenagers and young adults are coming up with these new trending terms and phrases. Like lit was one for a while. One that's used a lot right now is this term called mid. Do you know what mid is?
No, I haven't even heard of it. So yes, I will answer your question before you end it. Yes, but what's mid?
Mid is like, I could be completely wrong. If there's any young people out there, correct me. But I believe it's just like mediocre. Like it's not that great. Okay. And it's been triggering a lot of people because I remember there was this viral social media thing about like how some people or someone called Nirvana very mid. And it was someone of the new age who, you know, maybe doesn't resonate with that music like I might have.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I sometimes feel too old to use an emoji.
I just never use emojis. I disagree with that. I find that more old people use emojis than in my life. Like the only person I get emojis from is my mom, who we'll talk about in a minute. But I don't use emojis. And I more classify them with old people.
Huh.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, my mom doesn't use emojis. She just like texts 2 letters at a time sometimes. But the other day I was walking and I was thinking about my age. And I was like, oh man, I'm 34, you know? It's like I'm not getting any younger. I'm 34. I feel like I was like 25 yesterday. And I was like, wait.
Yeah.
It's 2022. No, it's 2023.
It's almost
I'm
2024.
Stuck in last year. And I was like, wait, I was born in 88. I'm 35.
You're 30.
I forgot I was 35.
Oh, you forgot you were 35.
I literally forgot I was 35.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because you don't want to be 35 or just age is just stupid?
Well, you probably have those uncles. Not the uncles. No, not the uncles. It's the people that you ask them how old they are and they will tell you they're 28 even though they're 33 in a joking way.
Yes.
Because they just can't believe they're older than 28 now.
Right, yeah.
I can't believe I'm older than 25.
Really?
Yeah, but we were talking about this earlier, and I feel younger now than I did when I was 25. Do you feel that way?
Yes, I do feel like I am younger, but I often prove myself wrong. But I do feel that way. Yeah, I feel like physically I'm 30.
Yeah, you look great.
Thanks.
For someone who doesn't exercise at all.
It's just because I don't eat. That's why. It's very deceiving. Everybody's like, how are you so svelte? It's like, I have a 4-pack.
How are you so what?
Svelte.
What the hell's that?
Like, I believe it's a Yiddish word for thin.
Oh, Eric, you're very svelte.
And how I look that way. And honestly, I do it in the most unhealthy way. It's because I just survive off stomach bile and anxiety.
That doesn't sound healthy.
What time is it? It's 2:25 and all I've had today it was a V8.
Yeah, it's not healthy, man.
No, yeah, sure it is. Why not?
No, I also brought you a coffee.
Look how I had a coffee.
You're just forgetting these things that I'm doing for you.
Yes, I've tried to forget everything about you at most moments. If I've tried to forget you're in the room right now.
Well, he actually has me.
But
in
yeah,
his
that's
phone
why. As a mere dickbag. Oh, because you're so annoying. Because you're just annoying with so many things.
Okay.
So I call you dick.
That's good to know. I'm annoying.
But what were we talking about? What were we on about?
Age?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also been
so
noticing
I feel young, but then I'll try and do like a bike ride and my knee hurts. And then I'm like reminded, okay, I'm old. I'm not complaining. I'm only 42. I'm not old, but I'm starting to feel it in my body.
Well, that's what I thought last year. Last year I was having these really bad tight hips.
Oh, really?
And like walking is one of my favorite things to do. And I walk really well. Like I'm a good walker.
What does that mean? How do you even walk well?
Trust me.
What do you mean trust you?
I'm one of the best walkers. But my hip tightness
I don't believe you.
Was causing me some agitation when walking. And I was like, oh, fuck, this
like
is
in
it.
your hips?
Yeah, like walking kind of hurt.
Oh, dang.
I was like, oh, shit, this is how it starts. Everyone just starts hurting while they're walking. That's not true. And
it's
that's
not?
What's gone now. No, you don't just start randomly hurting while you walk. There's people in their 50s that are doing marathons.
You know what started randomly hurting is my fingers. I think I'm getting arthritis. Speaking of the old. And I think I have to go to the doctor to check it out. But I felt the pain. And if that's the pain of arthritis, dang, man, it sucks.
You felt the pain, but did you felt the pain?
I did not. Can you felt it?
I'm surprised I don't have arthritis.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Because I type for a living. And I crack my knuckles all the time, but...
Apparently that's
play guitar.
Apparently that's a myth. The cracking knuckles is apparently not bad.
Is a myth.
I've heard that.
Parents don't tell your kids not to crack their knuckles.
What haven't they lied to us about? My mom was here just a couple days ago.
What did she lie to you about?
Everything. Oh my God, life in general.
Yeah, my mom lied to me a lot.
Not how much she loves me though. She doesn't shut up about that.
You know what? Maybe outside of like being under 5 years old, my parents have never told me they love me.
Really?
Yeah. My mom more recently, as we're sort of repairing the sort of rift relationship that we've had, she'll text me like a LUV letter U. And that's different from like writing out I love you, I think, right? Do you feel that way? Or do you think LUVU is the same as I love you from your mom?
No, it's all the same to me, to be honest.
And again, her mind around texting isn't necessarily the most modern. So an LUVU
But has she said it to your face?
Not a lot.
But she has said it.
I can't remember the last time.
Wow, that's a trip.
My dad definitely never.
Yeah. Okay, because there are people in my life where I've experienced that, but not with mom. Won't shut up.
So your mom, so she was here, you said?
Yeah, she was here recently. And I love her to death. Like, when I see her, I'm like, the initial impact of seeing my mom, she's the best. And she really is. And this is just some honest talk, how we all do about our parents. But I want to pop her. like with a hug, just be like, oh, I love you, Mom. But it doesn't last long. Like immediately, like I've got her at the airport, and on the ride back, we got into an Evo, which is a rental car, and immediately she was like on me about something, and she's like, she gets super intense about things, and I see a lot of myself in her, and that's why I analyze her so much, and I try not to be in the negative things that she's influencing me that way. And so when I see it, I use it as a tool to not be that way. As I'm like, oh, I'm that way, I should not do that. Like sometimes she's overbearing, and I'm sometimes that way with partners. Like I'm too much. I need to back off. You know, they don't need all that love. And so that's something that she does. And so 10 minutes into the car ride, I was telling her a story about how the other week, I almost got hit by a car. And when I say that, it was in a 4-lane traffic situation. So 2 lanes going one way, 2 lanes the other. And I was crossing on the right-hand side of the crosswalk. And the person that was coming, I stared at them for like a second or two, and I was like, I'm going to get hit. And they had to veer into almost the curb lane of the 4 lanes. So the 4th lane of the so the traffic's going this way, and he had to turn into that lane to dodge me. So he straight up dodged me. And every time this happens, because it happens in Vancouver all the time. There's just that lady got hit the other week. She had her bike.
Honestly feels like someone's getting hit by a car every week.
I'm sorry, not even the other week. It was the other day. It was a
left turn, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the lady with the bike. The poor thing. She was a little bit older, probably rough on the body.
How do you not see them? Anyway.
How do you not see them? It's nuts. How did he not see me? And so every time it happens, I'm like, God, I wish I had something to throw. And lo and behold, Amir, I had something to throw.
Oh, no.
And so I took my keys and I threw them at him. And I was exploitive, deleted. And he looks into his rearview mirror and pulls over. And immediately I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't do that. I shouldn't have done that. I am a horrible human being, a garbage move, because my anger shouldn't let me take over like that.
But I mean, what's worse, almost dying or getting your car hit by keys?
And then he's pulling over, and I'm like, okay, now he's angry, and I have to deal like that. And so I walk up to him like, sir, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have thrown my keys at you. And he's like, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
He's like, I'm sorry. What happened? I didn't even see you.
Oh. Is he on his phone?
No. He looked me in, like, he had sunglasses on. It looked like he looked me in the eye. And so, and he's like, are you okay? I'm like, and he's like, sorry. And I'm like, I don't want you to be sorry. I want you to pay attention. And I walked away and I picked my keys up and I walked across. But this is a sidebar. We can't get too lost in it.
Your mom didn't
Back
like
to the
this.
mom conversation. I told her I threw my keys, and she immediately she's like, that's a felony charge, Eric. You could go to jail for like a significant amount of time for jail. And I'm like, okay, Mom, maybe. I'm not going to argue if it's not. But I honestly, that's what you get out of this. You go to this is the point you pick out, and it just immediately made me so angry. And then I had to take a breath and be like, okay, Mom, and I explained it to her, and I just pass it on, as you learn how to do with your parents. So well.
Does your mom have troubles with your opinions ever?
Yes, all the time. I often make my mom cry when we debate and have conversations, because she gets very she's very emotional. That's where I get my emotion from. And so her reactivity is very enthusiastic. And when she often gets put up against a wall, or we have a heated debate about like safe supply or something, or like habits of old people and how they need to learn how to use computers, her reaction is to cry and get upset and be like, oh, you don't understand my emotions. And like my logical brain is like, well, emotions mean that you run out of facts and you're losing this debate. But then I'm like, well, this is your mom and you can't debate your mom. But it's like, well, yeah, you just did. And so that's something that happens. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that she doesn't follow you on social media.
She doesn't, but she reads a tweet.
Yeah, Eric was telling me about this earlier, that his mom's now following him or seeing his tweets.
She stopped by on her trip to Alberta because my mom's I'm finding out that we are gypsies at heart in our heritage. I don't know if that term's offensive, but I am Romanian and I don't know the other term to say. So we're I'm a German speaking Saxon, and a person from Romania, better known as that word, that wandered. Like Saxons, they did not live in Germany. They just spoke Germany, and they lived in a different part of the world. Anyways, it's this whole thing. And so she's very much a wanderer. And so that's very much like the attitude she has towards things. What was I getting at, though? I keep getting sidetracked there.
Just that your mom was looking at your tweet.
Oh, yeah. And so she's on her way. She goes she's a wanderer. So in December, she'll go to Alberta to hang out with people. That was what I was getting at. And so on her way through, she stopped in to say hi. And then as we were setting up the cameras for this, I got a text saying, I'm reading your tweets and laughing my ass off, LOL. And I responded, don't read my tweets, Mom. I love you. Because what I had tweeted was, the only person in the world that can embarrass me is my mother. The only person, I promise. And it's not even embarrassing. It's just, I see the reflection in her. I do these same things. And so I can't get mad at her. So we're at a restaurant, and it's a quiet, nice restaurant in my neighborhood. And we're at the bar, and there's only one person at the bar and a couple sitting behind us. And we sit down, and my mom is looking for something to eat. And she's on the menu, there's no fries. There's no French fries. And so, which is weird to me. That there's no French fries on the menu, right? Is that weird?
I would be pissed off.
I'm exactly
I
like
want fucking French
there's
fries.
There's no
this
fries.
Is the easiest shit.
It's everywhere.
Buy them frozen. It's fine.
Right?
I'll eat them.
Get a tater tot. I'd take a tater tot.
I would take any kind of potato.
Like you slice a potato, boil it.
I do not have French fries.
Mash it.
Jesus.
And so my mom, she goes, the waitress, God bless her, them. It's like as a substitution, she's like, well, there's a kale salad that you can substitute. And my mom gets this look like disgust on her face. She's like, kale fucking salad as a substitute for fries? Gross.
Honestly, though, I completely agree with her.
I know, I agree with her too, but she just yelled it out.
No.
Like, not yelled it, but was like vocal about it. And I don't know, I just get embarrassed for some reason, but I've done this same thing before.
For me, it's just the absurdity
There's no fries. There's no fries. It's ridiculous.
But if you want something maybe closely resembling fries, and kale and fries are the opposite.
Yeah, and then she goes on, she's like, the waitress leaves, she's like, I hate kale salad. It tastes like garbage. I would rather eat my own shoe. And she goes off on
okay, that's a bit much. Okay, don't diss kale.
But
I get it, not as a replacement for fries, but
I've fought back for you because I like kale too in certain ways. But yeah, she was so, and then immediately she goes into, if I eat food, because my mom's had cancer and she's lactose intolerant as well, and she has a lot of intestinal issues because she had a lot of things removed because of cancer, and so she has very sensitive stomach to what she eats, and then she just goes quite loudly into, I can't eat much more than fries because I get really bad, gross diarrhea, Eric. You should see it. Ew. It's just like everywhere. I'm just like, oh. And I look to my right, and this woman's putting food in her mouth, and she's just like, and she looks down because she's reading her Kindle. And this is like I live in a sophisticated neighborhood. It's like an upper class neighborhood. And this restaurant's like, it's a well-known restaurant that people do. It's a quiet little spot. And my mom, and I look over, and at the same time, I had so much love in my heart and just so much fear for humanity.
She sounds like a fun person to hang out with.
She's so great. It's so great. She's so honest. That's where I get my honesty from, is her. Because she just says it like it is and straight up, and it's beautiful.
I've got my parents blocked on Facebook.
I need to do that. Because apparently my mom doesn't go on Facebook often. She says, but I never know.
I don't think my mom knows what Twitter is, thankfully.
So. Yeah, no, that's a great thing. Because even thinking about it now, she's reading, she's going to read my other tweets where I talk about her and stuff. Oh, no. Oh, no, Mom, don't read my tweets. Shit.
I'm sorry, man.
Shake what your mama gave you. Where's my pill bottle?
I know, it's tough.
That's tough. All right. Well, what do you want to talk about next time, Amir?
Well, the idea that if you break down physical balls with wrecking balls, how do you break down the walls in your mind?
Very Carl Sagan.